Hey everyone, it is my biggest honor to do a workout with my parents. They are visiting from South Africa. People have been asking lots of questions on how to do the MoveMed 8 for different abilities. So obviously I've been doing them myself, showing off perhaps, but here are two normal people, same as me, like I'm a normal person. My dad has had numerous rugby injuries. He's had surgery to the shoulder a year ago. Dad had colon cancer removed this year, and just numerous hard man working overuse injuries. Mom has got a neurological condition with her shoulder. It's an undiagnosed issue, could be polio as a kid, or falling off a high chair. But actually just show everyone quickly. So just do that shoulder so as you can see, the left shoulder can't fully abduct upwards. So I think it was a C5 issue in the neck. Anyway, and you've got the arthritis in which knee? So there's a bit of like a bony outgrowth here that is osteoarthritis in the knee. The x-rays show that it is bone on bone. So mom does have to work through some discomfort, but that is it. Mom also had bunion surgery done. Both feet, Mom? Only one? Yeah, so clearly there's a mechanical issue that why is there only one knee with the arthritis? I wouldn't be surprised if you've got the same condition that I've got with that half. Anyway, so I'm going to show you guys, we're going to put them through the MoveMed 8. They're going to be scaled to their abilities, and then I might show the other version of it. So we'll just work through them as they are, and this is a follow along workout, so if you want to try it at home, this is for you guys. So the first movement is the push-up. Ready? You guys can go on the ground. So mom, remember you're going from your knees. Remember at the bottom, right at the bottom, you're lifting your hands off the ground. Yeah, go for it. All the way down, hands up, all the way up. Perfect. Keep going while I talk, that's fine. Mom, try to keep that perfectly straight. So the movement for the push movement is from the ground, lifting the hands up is getting the full range of motion going. If you can't even do the push-ups like my mom's doing from the knees, you can do the wall push-ups. You know, like you don't have to be crazy. Just pushing against the wall is the same thing. You might battle to lift your hands off the wall because of the spine extension, but you're working through push range of motion. When you feel that your form is getting a bit lost, stop. Okay, so this kind of workout for today, we're doing repetitions to form failure. So you're going to a point where you feel you're unable to keep a form. So mom was letting her hips drag behind her. I mean, dad, that was pretty impressive how many push-ups you did. But I think your form did start to fail there per se. So that's the first round of the push-ups done. Next, we've got the pull movement. Mom, I think you have the 10, hey? You guys can talk, by the way. What did you take the other day? The big boy. Yeah. So remember with this move, with the pull movement, you're coming over the weight, getting a nice strong base. A nice strong base, and it's like you're sawing a wood on the farm. Here's a 6. Perfect. So again, you can do repetitions where you're just nice strong base and you're pulling up towards you. Let's go. So again, you're going to do repetitions on each arm until you feel your form is starting to get lost. Mom, that might be a little bit light for you actually. Any questions, guys? No, you guys are all talkative before the camera went on. Good? Get a nice strong base so that you can really whack a nice pull. So while they're doing that, the other variation of a pull movement could be pull-ups. So I like a pull-up, it's just a good range of motion. So that would be the sort of more advanced one. I know mom and dad can't do good form pull-ups yet. We could use bands. You could tie a band to the bar to do assisted pull-ups if you wanted. But I think these are universally friendly pull movements. Back into the push-ups. So I put the aircon on more. So again, we're going to do reps to form failure. So Dad, perhaps you do this round from your knees too, because then you might do more reps. Keep your body like a plank. Bend your knees if you want. There we go. From there. Go. Perfect. All the way down, hands up. Very good. Is your knee sore with that one, Mom?
Yeah, it's fine.
Good. So even with a dodgy shoulder like my mom's got, the push is such a nice, safe power movement. Yeah, Mom, you're battling a little bit there. That's fine. That's fine. Stop there. That's still a good stimulation. Dad's just showing off now. Okay, back into the pools. There's Dad. Stay still. No, Mom, it's fine. Look at that one. You can do the 10 actually. You'll be fine. You were doing the 10 the other day. Cool. So remember, bent over, nice strong stance, pull up. Yeah, all the way down, all the way up. And you're doing repetitions on each arm until your form fails. So as soon as you feel you're laboring a bit, you can stop. So a lot of people have been asking on Instagram especially how to do this and how many reps, etc., and with different abilities. And today's video is just to show that with different abilities, you just have to scale the movement. This kind of bent over row is a great pull movement that pretty much everyone can do. Obviously, if you have a shoulder problem, you would assess the problem first before you did shoulder movements. But I mean, that would be PT, chiro, rehab kind of stuff. Happy? So as you can see, that was 2 rounds of the first 2. Push and pull. We've done two rounds. If you're feeling good, you could do 3 or 4 rounds. As an example, so I normally do 2 rounds. I would go pretty heavy. These are like more my strength days. But yeah, you could do 4 rounds if you have time. And because we're doing this kind of workout twice a week. Questions?
Next.
We'll just go through the list. So the next one is the hip hinge. So there you got the goblet squats. So holding it up here nicely, and then you're obviously squatting right down. Only go as far as your knees let you go symmetrically. So don't start twisting and hurting a knee. That might be a bit light for you, but that's fine. Mom, remember I showed you that swing. Because your knees don't bend too nicely, you could easily do a small squat there. That would be perfectly fine for you. But I showed you earlier that swing action where you're keeping your spine nice and straight and you're swinging with the kettlebell. Okay, to form failure. So, Dad, I think you should be good. Mom, let me show you. Keep going. Yeah, keep your back nice and so suck in these core muscles. Yes. So the movement is coming from the hips. You can bend your knees a little bit, might be a little bit more comfortable. There we go. And then remember, the other cue is to try and pelvic thrust. try and push with your bum to get the weight going forward. It's a funny movement pattern. Yeah, Dad, that looks good. Yeah, it's fine. So only go within pain-free range of motion. Do you prefer the squat? Yeah, so if you watch in the mirror, so that's why mirrors are quite nice, is that you can watch at home if you're doing it with the mirror. Watch for yourself. Only go down where you can see that your lift is symmetrical. As soon as you see yourself going into like one side, then you're compensating. Very good. So we're going to superset that with the calf raises. So where's your blocks? You guys can do it facing each other. What's up? No, calf raises. You can take the blue one there. Mom, half the foot on the front there, and you can grab on there. That's for later. That's for later. Half the foot, Mom. Half the foot. Yeah, there we go. And remember, this one is, so raise this leg, and then you're doing a calf raise. Go up on your foot, up and down. There we go. You can hold on for that balance. So this one, again, with all our ranges of motion, we're trying to get full range of motion. So at the bottom, you should feel your Achilles stretch. Very good. And then obviously this one you can do again to form failure. Because we're all walking, most of us are walking. It's a strong muscle. Tired, Mom? But it's good. No, destruction was what we said last year. Very good. And again, everyone asks how many reps, how many whatever. If you do this for 2 months, then you'll start seeing the adaptation where the Achilles starts to really open up. You can really get a much bigger range of motion. Everyone wants the quick fixes where it's like do 1 session and it's fixed. 2 months, you'll start seeing some physiological adaptation. Not yet. So once you've done each side, that's done. Then we're going back to the squats.
Eat your calves,
100%. Mom, you can, yeah, it's fine. You guys can actually both face the mirror. Let's actually get a side one for the viewers. Dad's hugging the camera, that's fine. Very good. See, what's nice with these is it's 8 movement patterns, and once you get good at them, then you can go heavy. So Mom, even in your range of motion, for instance, you could actually grab a much heavier weight if you want a strength stimulus. Obviously, you guys are here for 3 months, so we've got time to play with. By the time you leave here, you'll be doing a big one, but the point is it's safe. Good. Back to the calf raises. Very good. We didn't speak about your other injury, Dad, where your big toe got squashed.
This is my
Now it looks like your big toe took a wrong turn somewhere. Yeah, good, eh? It's a good stimulation. You went here, Mom, last year when Dad and I were doing this. And I've been doing it consistently for the last year, at least once a week, but try it twice a week.
It's much easier on my feet.
And even though our little world's been turned upside down the last 3 months, touch wood, I feel really physically good, so yeah. Good. Dad, now you can grab that other weight of yours. Mom, you're on the 6, you can just take a seat on the ground. Yeah, I think you're the 10. Because then you can go to failure again. Okay, so this is the tibialis anterior raise. Let me help you here. So you want to wedge your foot into a kettlebell. Then straighten this knee, and then yeah. So the movement is all the way down, all the way up. Good. Keep going to this one. You can pretty much get to failure because the ankle can not really lose much form. Yeah. You okay there, Dad? Good. The easier version of that, if you don't have kettlebells at home, would be leaning up against the wall, raising up your ankles in front of you. It's an easier, much easier movement. Most people could do this unless you have an L4 issue in your back. But you could grab some weights with this one. Anything heavy at home, you could actually goblet carry anything heavy, and it might just help get the... Very good, and then change sides. So that's the tibialis anterior raise that I'm doing now, which would be the even more scaled version. Something else to speak about is my folks are training barefoot. And if you can train barefoot, obviously that would be the best. Try and get as much natural movement through your feet as possible. I am currently in barefoot shoes, so you can see that they can do full bending both ways. There's no arch support in these shoes. It's the same benefits as being barefoot. Is it fun? So yeah, some people who are watching might have arthritis in their knees, and you'll see when we get to couch stretch, Mom literally can't do it. So we adapt the movement, but the point is these are pretty safe movements. I think between the two, we've covered most injuries, so brilliant. So that's that one, and then we're going to superset this. You can leave those things there, it's fine. We're going to superset this with the back extension. Dad, so you can grab the machine. Mom, remember I showed you that straight leg bent raise. Which one were you doing? 6? Actually, I want you to turn to the side so everyone can see. So, Dad's in the machine, locking out, full range of motion. All the way down, Dad, like I showed you. You actually pull yourself down, yeah. So, full spinal flexion, then extend all the way up. Perfect. And great. Don't forget you. Mom's doing the Jefferson's curl. So, Mom, slow down, come back up. So you actually want to curl your head forward and really try and imagine intersegmentally you're flexing the spine all the way down and then intersegmentally coming back up. Perfect. And obviously you haven't done this too many times, so that's why we've got you on a light weight, that's about 6 kg. But again, once your body's used to this, you can go really heavy with this. It's actually a safe movement. I'm sure you've been taught somewhere, not from me, but that flexion of the spine is bad for you. It's nonsense. Most patients, when we tell them about spine flexion, they're all like, oh no, that's going to hurt my back. But the reality is that that's actually the best thing for your back. Done. Yo. Everyone can see where I get it from. Okay, Mom, well done. Back here. Very good. Back to these ones. Tiring, eh?
Yeah, it's good. Feel good. All the time work is paying off.
You guys okay then? Ah, there you go. Okay. Everyone always asks what's the benefit of this muscle. When we grow up with shoes and especially arch support on, that muscle in the front, the tibialis anterior, can sometimes switch off. So what happens is that the calf is strong because we're always walking forward most of our lives. And everything works in sync. So your bicep and tricep work together. So if we have a weak or an inactive TA in the front, the calf over at the back is just overworking. So it's just an exploratory movement to try and get the symmetry back. Also great for runners who have shin splints. Which side's stronger for you, Mom? The right. Which side's weaker? Even. Because of the knee. So I think that's because, obviously, because of the knee, these muscles aren't firing properly, your body's compensating. But again, it also could be the opposite if we're seeing you today in a fatigued state. Doesn't mean anything. Good. Back to the extensions. So this is obviously the third round now, where we're doing 2 sets of each exercise. Dad's in the machine. Mom, you got your... Slow down, Mom. Go slowly down, all the way down. Perfect. Remember you filmed me the other day, Mom? I was having to do this on my books. So you would actually also have to, because your flexibility is pretty good in your hips. So we would actually want to raise your feet so that you could go even further down. But we've got lots of time to play with. Yeah, people often also ask lots of questions about what do they do for their knee pain and all of these things. Sometimes the best thing is correcting above and below the joint. So if your knee's an issue, we get the feet and ankles stronger like we're doing with Mom now. And obviously the spine and hips and pelvis, these are the 8 movement patterns that I find are really just beneficial for longevity of the spine. Done, Mom?
Yeah.
Now we've got the side extensions. So Dad, you're going to be in the machine with the side extension. Mom, you're going to be doing the side bend, the standing side bend. Yep. Remember, you're going to do just stand like that, all the way down, and all the way back up. And then do again each side to form failure. Dad, you good there? So I wish somehow I was able to be qualified when you guys were 30 years old. Because again, this is also just a like generational thing, right? I mean, Dad's worked so hard his whole life. No one taught him to exercise when he was 30 years old. Yeah. It's just a fact. So Dad, for instance, Dad's range of motion, yours isn't too bad, Mom, but spinal range of motion is restricted in the side bend for Dad. And again, I mean, Dad drove 2 hours a day for 30 years. What you can expect, right, when you've been sitting in a car 2 hours a day and then no one taught you how to do couch stretch. Very good, Mom. So I'm going to do the variation, which would be crossing your leg across your body. It just gets a bit of a deeper stretch in there. So, as you can see, standard version, intermediate version. If you got the side machine, extension machine, and this is the other version. Oh, that's good. Yeah, and again, because it's difficult to keep your perfect form there, so you wouldn't really know to form failure with side bend because your body will just recruit other muscles. So that's perfect. We're going to superset the side bend with couch stretch. So Dad, you remember how to do couch stretch? Put your leg up against here for me. Let's get you there. Mom, you're doing you're going to be dropping your knee onto the ground. This is very tough. So I'll cue you, Mom, so you can just go forward, feel the nice stretch, and then come back up. So that's what you're doing. You're driving your knees over your toes. Ben Patrick, knees over your toes in front of you, while you're stretching the back hip flexor. Dad has got the full couch going. And Dad's in a phase now where he can do everything strength for the 8 movements, except for this. So we wouldn't be loading Dad with strength yet until his range of motion's better. Mom, we would never load strength with couch stretch because of her arthritis. But Mom doing that knees over toes lunge with her one knee down is perfect. You can change. The progression for Dad would be once his hip range of motion is open. So I'm in the same position now as Mom, for instance. Driving your knees over your toes, Mom. Okay. The progression would then be to then tuck your toes in and then do a full, not you, Mom, a full split squat is where the goal is. But again, like this is one of the 8 movements where we aren't necessarily even doing for reps or anything. It's just more of a movement practice. Yeah, that's 30 years of sitting in the car. Yeah. But it's never too late.
No, we'll get there. By the time we leave here in 3 months, I'll be jumping around.
Very good. So that is the couch stretch ATG split squat movement. Yeah, this is actually the 8. The dead hang's the kicker. Back to the other ones. Side bending again. So yeah, you got your 12 each side. Mom, you can do also try and get to 12 each side. Can you feel it pulling here? we have people watching this, Mom.
65, Ken. I'm proud of what you got. How many? Sync with you.
12.
Perfect. And then change sides.
12.
Good. So the MoveMed 8 is actually a little bit of a lie because it's sometimes 8.5. If you take the tip ant and the calf as one movement, then we have 8 movements, but we actually have 9 because the kicker here. So as you can see, we've done 2 rounds of each movement. We've done 8 movements. The last movement is the dead hang, which we'll both get to now. Very good. And then last round is the couch stretch again, Dad. So you're going to sit into the couch stretch a bit. Mom, you know just those knees over toes pulses, we'll call it that. Perfect. Anyway. And that's fine for your knee. Isn't that cool?
It's big. If I'm honest, it's fine. But when I've got to bend this one,
And that's why you putting your hands there is perfect. You can do the assisted movement. It's perfectly fine. Sometimes people try to go to a perfect movement. So, Dad, I wouldn't even get into a split squat yet because you're so tight there. So, yes, you can practice it, and it will also help your mobility. But yeah, man, it's such a great movement pattern. Yeah, changing.
After a few weeks, we go to come higher and higher.
Definitely. So your progression from there, Dad, would be to put that other foot flat in front of you. But don't even rush. Don't rush. The other way of making this even easier, Dad, is you could do it on a raised surface. So if you're raising your leg there, you see, so then you're still getting the knees over toes movement. You're still activating that hip flexor behind you. So that would be the progression for Dad, would be to this. So it's a vast range of movement abilities, and you work within wherever you are. Dad, while you're there, dead hang. So the last movement is a bonus movement, really. It's the dead hang.
Don't forget after shoulder surgery.
Yeah, so it's quite crazy that you had surgery a year ago. You had it just after you were last year. Mom, you're counting very slowly. You're counting in Mississippi's here. So the dead hang, sometimes people might be nervous about doing it. Dad obviously has rehabbed his shoulder to the point where he can hang, which is great. Mom has a neurological condition in her left shoulder, and yet she can still hang. So this is just great. People want to get motivated that you can do these movements with underlying issues.
17, 18, 19.
So yeah, so you could do this a few times to failure. We'll just call it a day. I think this video is long enough. But yeah, get to a point where the goal would be 2-minute dead hang for males, 1 minute for females. But again, there isn't any rush, but it's a nice practice. This is a very biased movement, yeah. For men, the benchmark is a whole minute more than women. Brilliant. Any questions?
No, any time we do
Oh,
come on.
All of them in South Africa.
people are getting called out here. Who else? Who else?
Now when we've got a son like Kieran, we have to get fit. We have to be in peak condition. Thanks, Kieran.
Awesome. Everyone, as always, leave a comment if you have any questions. Like and share and subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you.